Hey, it's Jessica Whitworth. Welcome back to another episode of Mama Needs a Drink and part 2 for our review for beer for Old Abbey Ales. Old Abbey is in Abbotsford, my hometown. I love Old Abbey Ales. They have a fantastic tap room there with a lot of beer for you to try. So definitely recommend grabbing a friend, heading down there and having a couple of flights so you can try some of the incredible beer that they have at Old Abbey Ales. Now, we did a part 1 review already. We'll post the link for you so you can go back and check out that review. Today, we got 4 more for you. We're gonna be looking at Old Abbey's West Abbey Light Lager, the Rye Pale Ale, the Scottish Monk, and their Coastal IPA. So I'm gonna start off with the lightest. This is their light lager, 4.5% alcohol on this one. Because it is a lager, it's going to have very low IBUs, 12 IBUs. So let's open it up and see what's inside. All right. Really nice, light, straw-like golden color. The smell in that is almost like a little bit grassy, like earthy. Not overly malty, which is really nice for a lager, and it's got this really nice, just crisp, refreshing flavor. Where was this beer yesterday when it was like 32 degrees and it was so hot? Because this is a really good summer beer right here. Very refreshing, light, very easy to drink. This is a really good lager. All right, beer number 2. Moving on to the Rye Pale Ale. I haven't had a rye ale in a long time, actually. It's not something that you see very often, but this is the great thing about Old Abbey Ales. They have such a huge selection of beers for you to check out there. Ooh, a little bit deeper in the color here, more golden. It's also a little active in the can there. A little bit of foam happening. You can see that really nice, rich golden color in that. That is beautiful. Not getting like a ton of aroma off the top of it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't need to be hoppy or fruity or anything like that. It's definitely a little bit on like, you can definitely smell almost like yeasty. Very caramel-like in the flavor. I was not expecting that at all because it's a rye ale, but it's a little bit like, it's a little sweeter on the finish. Yeah, that one's different. Like almost a little bit fruity, but then you get like a caramel type flavor to it. Interesting. All right, moving on to the Scottish Monk. This one is definitely a much bigger beer, 6.5%. The IBUs on this one, 22. Sorry, I forgot to mention that with the Rye Pale Ale, this one is 5.1%, so not too high with a 17 IBU. And IBUs does stand for International Bitterness Units, so that means essentially it's the bittering flavor of the beer. The higher the number, the more bitter the finish. So IPAs generally have a much higher IBU than, say, a lager. All right, let's test out the Scottish Monk. Oh, it's dark. It looks rich. I love dark beers. And for me, for whatever reason, it needs to be like a certain time of the year. Like I don't find myself drinking a lot of dark beer in the summertime. I definitely tend to go more that route fall winter. But hey, I'll give this a go right now. Smells like coffee and chocolate. It's two of my favorite things right there. Sweet, malty, tastes a little bit of that chocolate and coffee in the back, but it's smooth. Yeah, definitely roasty in that. If you're not a dark beer fan, this is probably not going to be the one for you. I enjoy dark beer, so this one I would definitely drink again. Really nice. I'm still getting that like dark chocolate coffee flavor in the back. Delicious. All right, last but not least, the Coastal IPA. I left the IPA for last because if you've watched any of my videos before, the hops in an IPA can be a real palate wrecker, and then anything you taste after drinking an IPA, it can affect the flavor. So tendency to leave IPAs to the very last. The Coastal IPA, 6.5%, a little bit bigger than everything else with a 50 IBU. 50 IBUs on an IPA is actually not that bad. Usually they hover between 60 and 70, so that's pretty low on the scale for an IPA. It's that really nice light golden color there. Very like light, really light notes in the hops. Like it's not overpowering in the aroma at all with the hops. It's actually a little bit citrusy in the smell. And definitely more of the bittering hops in this IPA. So not so powerful up front, but then you definitely get the bitterness in the back of your mouth. If you're an IPA fan, this is a fairly decent IPA. Not too high in the alcohol. Yes, it is 6.1%. I've seen them definitely be higher, but the IBUs on this is nice and low. So it's actually fairly smooth and quite drinkable. Yeah, I like that. That was really good. Another 4 great beers from Old Abbey Ale. Definitely check out our first review that we did for them. I hope you enjoyed this one. Head to Old Abbey's website so that you can see the variety that they do have in store for you. Like I said before, you definitely want to check out their tap room there because it is awesome. OldAbbeyAles.com. We'll post the link there for you. Make sure that you like this video and share it with your friends, please. Continue to follow Goes to 11 and hit the alert bell there so that you know when the next episode of Mama Needs a Drink is coming up. Please make sure that you do follow me on social media at Mama's Sippy Cup as well. I'm going to see you again real soon. Cheers.